here from the Scrapbook Studio and Creative Memories Advisor. Today we are going to do a 2-page layout using Boo-Yah, the new Halloween paper that I just got. If you haven't watched the box reveal, go back and watch that video. It shows everything along with our new vintage chic line as well, which is and the elegant border punch. Those are beautiful. I will be making layouts on those at a later date. But today we're going to do Halloween. I was just in a fall festive mood. So let's get started. All right, get my mouse out of the way here and try and get my camera. All right, so today we are going to do this sketch layout, which is page 110, and it comes from the 110 scrapbook sketches, ideas, and sketches. And this is for 6 or more photos. I do have more than 6 photos today. We're going to scrapbook. These are my pictures from 2011 of my children, Halloween, and pumpkin carving. So those are the pictures that we're going to be using today. You're also going to need the spider border punch, as well as the Bat Border Maker Cartridge for that. So you'll need your border maker and as well as your 12-inch trimmer. Here is the Boo-Yah paper. And the sheets we're going to use today are, oops, I didn't get all my pictures moved out of the way. Those over there. We're going to be using this orange plaid as the base. And I like working on 2 13-inch mats. It kind of helps me keep things even because I'm not very good at eyeballing sometimes. Keep this in the back side of it. It's super cute moon and stars and clouds, but we are going to be using that as our base. And then the other 2 we're going to be using is the line with the cats and the brooms and the hats, as well as the polka dots. So if we go back and look at our sketch, so the bottom is going to be this plaid, and then this, what they have is the blue plaid is going to be one with the cats on it, and then the very top is going to be this polka dot. So it doesn't have measurements on here, so I just guesstimated that this is going to be about an inch and a half, 3, 4, and this will be the rest of it to equal 12 inches for 12 by 12 paper. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we are going to cut, I'm going to cut the polka dot, and I'm going to cut it to 1.5 inches just to give us a little bit of a more reveal of that. So we'll get some repositional tape runner on there. Okay, so we're going to do 2 strips of that. I'm going to look at the back side to see. No, it's not. It doesn't matter. So sometimes if you don't use up all your paper, you want to look at the direction, because if it's directional and you want to use, you're going to use it a certain way, then kind of pay attention what you're cutting on the back side. So we're doing 2.5 inches. It kind of jumped on me there for that. All right, we're going to set this aside for later. So this is going to be the top 1.5 inches, and then the next is going to be, and this is directional paper, so we want to pay attention. The back side is not directional, but this side is. So we are going to cut that at 4 inches. Okay, so then we have that left over. All right, so now we have this, and I have this is going to be at the top, and then we're going to have this and this. All right, so this is what we have so far. Should have cut these up. You know what? I am going to change my mind and get another sheet of the plaid, and we'll just use the 4 inches somewhere else. I'm going to cut that bigger. I should have cut that at 5 inches, so bear with me a second. And I am going to find the other sheet of this. Not that, not those. Oh, they have to be here. Here we go. So we have, there we go. So change my mind. Needs to be bigger. We're gonna make this. I'm gonna make this 5.5. So we're gonna go 5, and then we're gonna go to the very. You can open this up, but 5.5 is just right in there. So 5.5. 1. So sometimes reading the sketches without measurements can be really, really hard. Okay, so we have 5.5. All right, and then we have this little piece of fillers. So that's much better because that's going to fit our pictures better for that. So we have those. Now the decision is next on there. For the top up here, so the transition between this polka dot and the plaid, I'm going to use this. So I am going to put it, use the border maker, and the color that I am going to use is, so we have this cute gravity grape, or, and sorry for the light, or Terra green. I think I'm going to use, so at the bottom, I'm going to use gravity grape for the spider web. And the top, I'm going to use the Terra green for that. So let's get that open. It's really nice to have sharp scissors. All right. So now we are going to take, and I have the housing, and I put it in there, and it has these little teeth that are going to match up with these slots. So if you've never used the Border Maker system before, you're going to put that, open the bottom tray, and this makes it so it's even. And then you flip the bottom tray and it locks into place. And then we are going to go along and punch this out. Look how cute that is. And it has really some cute, so this is a knockout punch. So it's going to knock this off, all that out. And then what we'll do, and see, you have all these little bats and stars if you want to save those for later. I'm going to put those up here for the moment. And you're going to do this twice. So I'm just going to do it like each side. And just do the same thing again. Going down and punching. And just, and one thing that you can notice is there is a notch in this that matches up with a notch in here as well, and that helps you line them up. All right, put those aside for now. If we don't use them, then we'll get rid of them. So now we're going to trim this the best we can. So get this up here about, I would say that's like 1/8 of an inch. Sometimes it's better to cut off too much. Okay, so I'm going to cut off at the 1.25 inch mark and see where we're at for that. So a little too much. So I'm going to take off just a little bit more. Take off like the, make sure kind of get that even on there. All right. And then we'll put that up there like that. And of course, I cut it a little bit uneven. We can repunch that, no big deal. So that's my biggest struggle, is getting cutting off too much or not enough. All right, we're just gonna go with that and then have that one, and we'll repunch the other side. So we can put them right there like that and not like that. So the other thing we can do is put it on top of that so it's showing through with that and gives it a little bit. And then let's punch one more time on this side. All right, use the border maker one more. There's that one. See, you just kind of go down. And one thing that you can do for the next one to make it more, once you've got one, is take a pen or a pencil, or I often use multi-purpose tool, and then just kind of make a little dent, so it kind of gives you a place to where you can cut. And then find that little indentation, make sure we're straight, and then cut that off. And voila, we now have two even ones now. Oh, forgot to get rid of the punch poop, which we can use later. Now, one thing you can do, when we're putting this together, if you're like, oh, I don't like the polka dots showing through, we can also put a strip of black behind it as well. So, oh, more punch poop. It just keeps like multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. All right. So, I like to dry fit everything. So, I kind of just put everything in there. How am I going to do this? Okay. So, the last thing that we need to do, we're going to use the purple, the gravity grape, is we are going to cut the spider web border. Now this one, it can do border as well as it can be a frame. Today we're just going to do the border part. So on these borders, you want to make sure you start your paper at this black line, and then as you go through, you match it up there. So depending on how, all right, so I've got it lined up with the first black line, and then I also hold this up there to keep it, and then you're going to move it along until that matches, and then you just keep going through, and then keep going down the line. That, as it gets longer, you just kind of have to make sure you keep it even with that, and then let's see here, need a little bit more. Okay, there we go, and there we go. Cute. So I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on this side. Start at that first black line and make sure I'm holding on the right side, holding it up against the edge. And then I'm just going to go through and do the same thing on this side as well. All right. Keep going down the line. Make sure you just keep it matched up as well as keeping it pushed up against the top. And that should be the last one. All right, we have super cute. Um, and what's nice about these is it folds flat and then you can store it however you want. So, and it makes a lot of punch poop too. So we will, there's not really anything in here that you can save. So it's not cute like the bats or the stars or anything. So I'm going to get those. Okay, and now we're going to need the 12-inch trimmer again and see if we can get this cut evenly. Okay, so this is, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to match up where this um, ends with the end of my black or end of my gray mat. And then flip it over. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm matching it up where the spider web and the paper meet right on the edge of the gray mat. And then cut that. All right. Love this purple. I wonder if it's the purple that matches my kids when they went to high school. Ours were purple and gold. So, all right, let's do some dry fitting here and see where we are at for that. And you can always change things up. Let's say, I think I'm going to do this, or I think I'm going to do that. You don't have to follow it directly. You could also do this. Just play around with what you like. So let's say, okay, I really would like, I don't like the polka dots in the background. So what we could do is take our 12-inch trimmer and let's measure this first. Kind of, this measures like 1.25 inches. So I would say let's just cut 1-inch strip to start with and see where we are at on that one. And then, of course, there we go. It's sticking into the bottom. All right. So you could also do black. I just don't have black. And then you can go just like that. And that makes it pop so much better. Like that. So much better. So what we'll do is repositional tape runner is your best friend and a silicone mat because the tape runner will only stick to what you want it to. So it won't stick to the mat. So you can just go through and getting towards the end. So sometimes it fights me. And then put this on the back of it. All right. So now we just need to cut 1 more inch strip. And when I'm cutting like only inch, I'm going to take it from the left side into towards the right, and then that gives you more paper on that end. And least, and what happens is it's least likely to be uneven. In this case, if it was uneven, it's not a huge deal because it is going behind something. So same thing. Just put some repositional tape on here. Put this on the back of it. And there we go. And then what's nice is this little mat rolls up, and this is as an advisor, I can purchase, like there's a set It comes with this one as well as like a little coaster, I would say, like one, and then a full size one. We'll put that aside for now. So let's kind of go back into how we want this to look. And then we'll, super cute. I'm so excited. I'm glad we kind of did this a little bit more. So kind of keep trying to keep these mats in there. So well, let's first adhere that. All right. And then we are going to adhere. You can see how much tape runner I have left. Okay, so I'm going to line this up with this kind of white plaid line. So there is a little bit overlapping. Okay. All right. So now I have to decide. I think I'm going to do is need a little silicone mat again. Oh, one of the bats escaped. They're like everywhere. All right. So what I'm going to do is, let's see here. That I'm going to match this up with the orange, which is, let's see, that's at the 2-inch mark. And I'm going to put it down a little bit further. Okay, so the 2-inch mark. And then put this guy down. Alrighty. All right, and now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. It'll be easier just for doing that. All right, what I do is I'll line it up on top of the other one, and that kind of helps me be even as well. All right, so that, and then we're going to do this guy is going to line up on the just above the white line on the plaid paper. And then this is where it gets a little more tricky. All right, so silicone mat one more time. We're gonna flip it right there. All right, so and we're gonna line up at that white line, which is the 2-inch mark, and be just below that. All right, perfect. And I ran out of repositional tape runner. Not a big deal. I do have more. Let's see. This one is empty and it's regular. So I got a regular one right here. We didn't need the repositional anymore. So we'll just throw in a regular one for the moment, and I'll have to go out and get some. Thought I had more here in my office, but I don't see any there. All right. So now we'll adhere this guy down. We don't need the silicone mat anymore. And the punch poop just keeps coming back and coming back. So this is our regular tape runner. Some people just love one or the other. I love repositionable, and I use that all the time. What's nice is I kind of see this is not exactly lined up. So you can move that for there. All right. Get rid of more of that punch poop. All right. How cute is that? So now I'm gonna move some things off to the side and put something behind me and in the trash for that. So now we have all our cute pictures. Now, I don't have to use every single picture that I printed. I generally don't. I generally print way more than I need. So let's kind of look at this. Is super cute. This is my daughter. She is that's what inspired me to use this is she has that little bat outfit for that, and my son is a ninja for that. So you're gonna have do that. And so some of these I could trim down and have, let's see, more of the ninja. That see if we can get all the Halloween ones on this side for the most part. And then this one's super cute. And my wonderful husband and his that this is for the one child that is not showing up. So we have that. And then since we already have 2 pictures of those, what I might end up doing is just doing another layout of just the pumpkins. And I'm going to do this, that can be cut. It's a pumpkin. We've got those. We can make those. And then these are the cute pumpkins. Okay. So I can do this and this. And then have this guy right here. And then these like this. Now I can mat them. I could do white. I could do purple. I'm feeling like maybe I'm doing the purple. And then we also have the stickers. And I was thinking for the stickers, using the border, using these cute pumpkins. I'm gonna make a transition between the spider web and that. Right, those. That looks super cute. These glow in the dark, they kind of have like that glow in the dark look for that. So I'm gonna match these up, get those going across. Oops. It sat down before I was ready to need a little bit closer. Try this one more time. Stickers can be tricky, especially the border ones. If you have any tips or tricks, please feel so free to put them in the chat because sometimes I struggle with those for that. So, okay, well, let's get the pictures on here for that. So this one I'm going to leave. This one I'm going to trim. And this one and this one. And that one. Of those. Maybe do that. Because I have more pictures of him than her in that sense. So let's do some matting on the purple for that. And then I just kind of, I eyeball it. I don't know. I've done this for so long now that I kind of just know where I need it to be when I'm on the track. Some people, so if it's a 4x6 photo, they do 4.25 by 6.25. So sometimes it may not end up perfect, and imperfections are okay. You don't have to have everything doesn't have to be perfect for that. So that one I got a little close. So what I can do is just readjust. So there's just a little bit poking out. There's that one. All right. So we can do it the way it's so it's 4. That looks more like an 8. So let's do 4 and an 8. What's the size going this way before we like cut it off? Oh, yeah, there should be plenty. Okay, so let's do 4 and an 8 on this one. And see how that matches up. That worked perfectly. Got a little bit of heat burner on here. And get this even. Oh my gosh, I'm like having the hardest time today with getting things even. All right. Must be just one of those days. It's been one of those weeks. Okay. So let's see if this one is not going to fit on here. But we could make this one, let's say this is 4. Let's see, what's the width of this? This is, it's going to be 3 3/4. So what if we made this one 3 1/2? So this is 6. So we're going to take, let's take 1.5 inches off of the side. And you, let's see, that works. Okay, let's try 1.5 inches on this side. And you can also use, I have a photo trimmer as well. I went scrapbooking last weekend and it's downstairs in my garage still. I haven't totally cleaned everything out. So, okay. So we're just going to use this today. We just got to go with the flow. Okay. So that works perfectly there with, should work perfectly with those. Let's get math on those that I'm not trimming. So I'm going to cut, and you can buy this gravity grip from your advisor, either by the sheet or by the pack. I just might have to buy a lot more. So I'm going to do 6 1/8. So, and then I'm going to do 4 1/8. I'm going to do 2 of those. 1 and 2. Now I have a little bit left over for that one. So sometimes I use repositional to like keep things from sliding when I have just little pieces of paper, and so sometimes everything wants to stick to that. So, all right. Put that on there. Okay. And then this guy on this sheet. Okay. Move these pieces out of the way for the moment. All right. So we have this guy, this guy. This one needs to be trimmed. That's already trimmed. That's get rid of. Okay. For that. So let's just start adhering some stuff down so I kind of know where I'm at. So, all right, let's do this picture. All right, here. All right, and then this one. Oh, I should have had that other one down a little bit more. Move this guy up. Now, of course, here he is. A multi-purpose tool is also your best friend because then it will help you pop things up. Make that there. Okay. So now we are going to do this guy. So this is really, let's see where it's lined up. We try. It's lined up on the 3. So we're going to line it up on the 9. This guy will have to be over, have a little less of a reveal on that side since we have some more pictures to put in there. And then we'll do this one right next to it. Okay, so still have this one. So we have this one, and we might have to trim a little bit off the bottom and the top of this one. So we'll first do the 1.5 inches off of each side. Let's see where we're at on that one. 1.5 inches. A little bit of Pumpkin Man is being cut off, but that's okay. All right. So I'm gonna take some off of the top and the bottom. So like that. And then I don't want to cut off his head. Oh, okay, just a little bit. All right, so now what is the size of this guy? It is just under 3, and like almost could be a 3x3. Let's see. I'll just make and say, is it 3 on this way? Well, just under 3. Just under 3 and just over 3. So so this one's going to be the same. So this is going to be, I'll measure this one more time. So that's going to be like just a little bit over 3. Let's try 3 and then I'll make sure we do it this way. I don't want to cut off his cute little head. Okay, so no, we'll have to just trim it that way, and then oops, I just pulled that off. Put a little more repo on that. Okay, so I just kind of trim until okay, so this is going to be right on the top of his head. There we go. A little close, but it'll be fine. Okay, so those are pretty close to being. If I had my trimmer, then it would have been a little bit easier for that. Live and learn. All right, so let's put this here on that. This way, just tiny bit, because we're not going to have a ton of space left on that one. And just because I am matting every single photo does not mean that you have to mat every single photo as well. And just this one is like kind of just for demonstration. So you can mat every photo, you cannot mat every photo. Give that. There we go. A little more. All right. So got all that matted. All right, and let's get these pictures on. Need to trim off the bottom of that one. So let's just put this guy on first, or at least place him somewhere. And then let's trim off the bottom of this one. All right. And that fits perfectly. Yay! Okay, we still have this All right, let's just trim him up. Mhm. Have those there. Give him a little bit of a. So I am a very, very messy scrapbooker. I will not show you the rest of my desk because I have it it is very, very messy. I don't know if you watching, if you're watching, please put, are you a messy scrapbooker, not a messy scrapbooker? Try to decide what to do. I'm just going to put this guy right here, kind of in the middle. So now this kind of gives us some room for embellishing. I'll put this down here for the moment. So let's look at these embellishments for that. And then another thing I like to use is these in like shapes that are fun to use, kind of like layering shapes, is what I've heard people call them. So if you're I don't have a lot left right now, so that makes it harder. Let's see. What does this one look like? Sometimes it's fun just to have them do that. Let's see what other shapes I have left. Those are pretty gone too. So I just have a lot of squares, which is fine. So we can do. I think I have this upside down. Yep. Hard to tell. All right. Do we want a bigger one? Oh, this one got put in the wrong thing. So what's nice is you can do that. Those are fun to have. This one's a little bit bigger, but a little bit fancier. No, don't like that one. All right. So I could do this. Also have these cute ones too. They're not all punched out yet. Come on. There we go. All right. So I kind of like that one. It's really fun. So now we can adhere that one down. And I kind of always like tucking it behind something is my personal preference. And then it helps you give dimension to your put all these back in their little folders. Um have to get some more. All right. So we have that one. So the other question is, do I need one on another rectangular one on the other side? Like, do I want it up here like this? Do something like that, or I could just let it be. All right, so let's first work on this one. And he looks a little crooked. There we go. And then you can do, I love kitty. All right, let's do, oops, I'm gonna be careful peeling kitty off. Some of these more intricate ones are harder to peel off than others. So with his tail, so we can put him right here. kind of matches the kitty of my daughter, and I accidentally ripped Mr. Kitty. All right, for that. And then let's see, this one kind of, I have enough space. No, for that, but I could put that one in a different space, like up here. I could put, do another layering shape that kind of complements it. Underneath here, that one's kind of, how big is this guy? Oh, that one might actually work. You can do it like that and do something like that, or you can just put it on here with some foam squares like that as well. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this guy, and I'll have to think about this. Ghouls just want to have fun. That's another fun one. So we can, oh yeah, this one's going to fit. We can put it right here or that. And then put, oh, we got some spiders. We could put some spiders coming off the spider web. There is one. I'm having trouble with getting, there we go. Some of these more intricate ones are giving me difficulty pulling them off. So I could put something like that here. I could put it on, let's see, what if we put it on this side, like right, put it on the inside of the picture, just like that. That's fun. All right. Oh, this little spider guy, he jumped ship right here like that. You put so scary, so cute. Okay, that did not go as planned. Yeah, put that one right there like that. Let's see. More candy. Oh, that sounds like my children right there. We could put this guy right here like that on the edge. And then that, and then we got a kitty on that side. Should we put another kitty on this side? Be careful getting Mr. Kitty. For that, put him down here like this. So there's a kitty on each side. This one and this one. Now, when they cut them, they like have a little bit more issue. All right, so I could put with more candy. I could put like a little, put some candy there. I kind of think that's it. So, super cute, super fun. Using, once again, I use the Boo-Yah Halloween paper with the stickers. And then the cardstock is this new Gravity Grape. And then this fun green is Terra Green. So Gravity Grape and Terra Green are the new cardstocks that were released that I'm using with this layout. Well, I hope you enjoyed this layout today. Once again, I used, if I can find it in the pile of mess. Here we go. I use page 110 from the scrapbooking idea and sketches. And if this was a birthday that you got, I think it's a couple years old because this says 2020. on that. So this is 2021. So this is about 3 years old. But I will take a picture of this and put it in a link to it in the notes so you can use that. But once again, here you go. I might look at it a little bit more and see if there's anything else that I can do with that. So thanks again. Have a great day.